G'day viewers, how you doing? Hope you're going well. Hope the sale's got some stuff that you actually want. Alrighty, got myself a big can of Dovetail. Makes you wonder what that would actually taste like. Anyway, you know when you get those strange ideas and you want to do something and you really have no idea if it's going to work? Well, that's what we're doing. So, here goes nothing. Thanks for the memories. Guess what this is going to be? Now, I do have to put a locomotive on here. Not that I really want to, because I'd much rather not. That's the Sherman Hill one? That's the one I want. Good. And let's go. Copy. 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 4 will do. And I've got to put a locomotive on it, because you can't spawn things with no locomotives. Are you listening, Matt? You can't spawn things with no locomotives. BNSF is the home one, so let's use that for Cajon Pass. Okay, let's save the tankers. And what else are we going to put on there? What about some Huskies? Huskies are fuzzy. Formation builder. Official. Official. Husky stack. Sherman Hill. Copy. Now, why am I using Sherman Hill stuff when I'm going to run on Cajon Pass? Well, yeah, one more. That's a good question. And I'm not actually sure that the BNSF ST40s are going to be compatible with the stuff from Sherman, but I do know that the BNSF locomotives aren't that happy in free roam sometimes, because I've been doing some experimenting. Alright, now we want my matey named Katy. Confirm. Have you guessed yet? Add official. Katy. So we want a heritage collection. There she is. We want the Katy ST70M in formation by herself. I don't really need to save this one as a custom formation, I suppose. I could just spawn a locomotive, couldn't I? Yeah, let's just do that. Don't save it. It's okay. We'll get our own Katy later. Alright, now we should be okay to do this. Let's flip back to the main. And we're going to jump on a route. We're going to go to Cajon Pass, which means box, apparently. On foot, and we want the aggregate spotty. There it is, aggregate spotty. Custom weather, light clouds, because it's a desert. Alrighty. Like I said, I got no idea if this will work, but the premise is we've got a couple of trains here that we're going to put together and take down the line, leaving some of it in the first Victorville yard and some of it in the second one. And it's just sort of a corporate transfer thing. We're going to take the opportunity to use a bit of heritage motive power. Alright, let's spawn the first one. And I did deliberately put the locomotives on the back, by the way. So, that's not what we do. ST40. And we want to do the BNSF one, and we want custom formations. Huskies are fuzzy. There we go. Look at that imaginative one. New formation. It's pretty clever. Okay, well, didn't derail. It's a good start. And we want SD40, and we want the BNSF one, and we want custom formations. Thanks for the memories. So it's just sort of a corporate deal, if you like. Now, you'd never run down the inside of a couple of train sets like this, because you'd get yourself run over. So we're going to have to move these down into the sidings down in front of us. Am I stuck? No, it's okay. We lived. It's fine. Let's get up into here. And jump in the chair. Insert the reverser. Turn the generator on. Go into reverse. Bit of backwards headlights. Let's make that a lead locomotive. cut that in for freight braking. It should start pumping up the brakes. Pump it, pump it. Alright, while that's doing that, let's just have a look at the trackage. Because that one's fine, this one's not. And yeah, that's fine. And that one. Yep, that'll dump us down onto the empty track down there, so that's perfectly good. So we haven't done free roam yet, we've just done custom formation. Brakes look good, so we should be able to go. Making power, good sign. Can it move the other railway's cars? Yes, it can. Good. See, I say things like that because I haven't tried this particular combination, and sometimes custom formations don't quite do what you might think they'll do. Just as an example, if I took these Sherman Hill cars here and I connected them to those hoppers over there, let's just say the outcome would be spectacular. Be very funny and spectacular. Should we turn off the JD? I think so. Poor man's never going to live that down, is he? The bells, JD, the bell. Didn't I think on... oh, yeah. I was wearing the wrong glasses. Oh, that's better. Now I can see. Those of you who saw the Dovetail stream a while back with me struggling to see signals and things, well, my glasses are the kind where you see distance up here getting closer and closer down here. And these ones are for reading the computer screen. So these ones give a nice focused whole screen view, whereas the other ones give you a sliver, which makes it very hard to see things like signals, because if they're outside the sliver of focus, well, you might pick up that there's a red blodge somewhere, or you might not. And I have to thank Matt for the nickname Sir Spatalot. 8161 doing us proud. Now we've got to pull this in here and then cut it off, because we want to get it away from the train, because we're not going to use this locomotive after it's come in here. So this is, we'll just treat this as the local shunting donkey. Kind of like Eeyore, but orange. We'll just use the Independence to stop, because that's a nice light consist, so it should be fine. What could go wrong? Nothing at all is the answer. Ooh, actually, gotta be safe, gotta be safe. Then off, back into neutral, and fully apply the independent brake. And come out here, down on the ground, so we can uncouple, and go kaplunk. Back in here, and we'll just pull this loco off the set, and that'll be all she wrote for this one. Okay, gen on, brakes off, into reverse, honk. Move just enough to pull it off the set. It's good. Still nothing's gone to space, which is excellent. Okay, back to minimums, gen off, put you into handle off, and cut you out. So this locomotive will be idle, and we will release the independent brake, because the main brake will hold us, and we'll pull the reversing lever out. Okay, let's come shut this door. Just leave this loco here. We're going to pop back out this way. Now naturally our little railway here, the pumpkin factory, has borrowed itself a matey named Katy, so we better spawn that. So KT, which would be that one. Why am I using the KT? Because I can. Alright, you can sit there. And we'll go and get the rest of our train. Which is, naturally enough, the other one we spawned up there. So why do I do things like this? Well, it just adds a different dimension to the service-based stuff. And I'm trying to get this done quickly because I want to get out in front of a freight train that's coming. Which way did I set those points back there? Okay, all good. No, done the right thing. I just had this momentary feeling that I'd done the wrong thing, but no, I haven't. Alrighty, I want to run up back up here, and our other train's on the inner track, so we want to flip these over as well. It's one of those funny backwards ones, and this set of points here. And we'll race up here and get our train. This set of points as well, by the looks. Ah, it's flipping the points heaven. Yes, I know they're called switches. Switches, points. You know, kind of the same thing. That's okay. Now, something I've learnt by experience. Don't take big locomotives on that track. That's a very tight curve. Big loco? Bad. 6376 SD40-2 in pumpkin livery. Jump in here, have a bit of a Halloween special. Alright, let's get the generator on, handle in, get her into reverse, get the brakes cut in and releasing, and the independent will be on lead. Okay, let's get a bit of headlight on. And let's get her moving. Brakes are releasing, so that'll be fine. Let's get rid of the JD. Now this one's only 4 cars, because it's a bit of a tight spot. Otherwise we're not getting the Katy out, because she's a wide body. There's a hot dog stand. Hot dog. This is funny, I've never noticed that before, and I've been here so often. But anyway, one of the reasons that I do use Free Roam and Formation Designer is I can just slot my stuff in amongst the rest of the services. So there are actually other services running here. We should see one in each direction at some point in the not too distant future. .376 drags her accompanying cars. I'll just leave her be, because we do need to set these points once all the cars are through. Probably stop accelerating might be a wise move. Alright, let's flip that over and go back to our little train. Start slowing her down. Ooh, is she going to miss the Katy? Yes, plenty of room. I am going to have to take this one just a little bit closer to the end of the track though. Because even though I've only got 4 cars, it could still be a little bit tight up the back there. Actually, it looks like it'll be good. Yeah, I think 4 cars was a very good choice. Alright, so let's stop that one there. What do you mean independent brake release? Make your mind up. It's either a full application or it's a release. It can't be both. Okay, we've made ourselves safe. Let's wallop out through the door here. Down onto the ground. And uncouple. Pull ourselves off the set. Now, why am I uncoupling the locomotives? Well, I'm not using natives from the same route. So I've got some Cajon locomotives, and I've got some Sherman locomotives. And often when you couple them together, They do strange things. Now, I've never tried the Cajon ones and the Sherman ones together, but I just don't want them on the same consist. Alright, let's stop that before we run into the end. Back into the middle, kill the bell. Headlight off. Did we turn the headlight off on the other one? I'm not sure, actually. And let's just release you and go into trail. Put you into handle off, which means we're leaving you alone. Okay. We'll keep that one open. Jump out of there. Come out here and close this one. And let's just go, and there's a train, look at that. I was kind of hoping to get out in front of him, but it's not been the way it's worked out. Let's pop through here and race up to the Katy. Actually, we have to change some points first. Now, even though I've got locomotives this way round, I'm going to grab the empty husky stack first. Because shunting around in a yard, perfectly acceptable to have the stank cars on the back of your train. But when you're going to go out in the main line, you should have something insulating between you and your tank cars. So railways get to do these empty car transfers all the time. We leave our door open. Close him up. Come out of the toilet. It would be there. That's not one. Okay, now let's get the brakes going. More options. Operator controls. Air brake lead and air brake cut in. That looks good. We're starting to pump up. Put our switches on. I note that the engine couldn't actually be running without those outer switches being on. Number board lights, platform steps. What's the other one? Onboard lights. Put the reverser in while we're still pumping up. It's pretty slow. Dim for yard work. Would help if I actually released the brakes and then it might actually pump them up. That's okay. I wonder if the Katy's powerful enough to overcome her own brakes. Let's find out. She's thinking about it. It's making some power. I can tell it's making power because you can see it down here on the display. See, she's making. Look at that. Just as the brakes run up. Okay. Just got to run up a little bit, and we'll grab these husky cars. Bit of a quiet bell on this one. Much nicer. It's a nice looking unit, the Katy. Very nice livery. Bit of heritage operations. I know she's a UP and she really probably wouldn't be around on the BNSF trackage. But, you know, this is a game. Besides, the locos do tend to get around a little bit. Alright, let's just swap to the 3 cam and we can go and do these points. And let's swap to the 8 cam so we can pop back here and we can control the shunt from here. And while I'm here, I'll also change these points. Righto, mate. Come on, back 5 cars. Here she comes. In her red and maroon magnificence. That's just a little quick, mate. Do you want to slow it down a bit? What about a lot? Yeah, still a bit quick. That's getting better. Yeah, now we're good. Too slow now. What are you doing up there? Alright, that's looking pretty good speed. Alright, couple up. Bang! That's a mighty coupling. You know what? I reckon I'm just going to pop down to that, because we might have just touched into that locomotive down here, because that was a bit of a whopper. Ah, we're all good. No problemo. Okay, back in the cab. And why won't you go into forwards? Oh, okay. I said that's right. This one's got that issue. Sometimes it's not lined up quite right on the mark, so the rail driver can't move the controls. Let's kill the bell, even though it's pretty quiet. And just pull this set ahead. That red signal's a long way away, so we don't need to worry about it. Now let's see if we can couple into those tank cars maybe just a little more gently this time. Alright, just while that's stopping. When you're ready, mate, come on back. I'll wait for you down at the cars. Let's just check these points. These are fine. Into reverse, brakes off, couple of notches. I haven't played this route since last time I rebuilt this PC, so expect a bit of jitteriness, because it's going to be loading stuff in and caching it. Alrighto, mate, looking good. 5 cars. Still looking good, keep coming. 4 cars. Still looking good. 3 cars. Slow it down a bit. 2 cars. Speed's good. 1 car. Half a car to couple up. Quarter car to couple up. And couple up. All good, mate. Alright, we are ready to rock and roll. So let's hop back into the cab. And just give this a little touch again. Alright, back into forwards. And let's put our headlights on bright with aux, because we're going out. Okay, now this is where it gets a bit interesting. So I'll release the main brakes, let it start pumping that up. I'll sit here on the independents. Now, because I know this sometimes gets a bit interesting, we're going to do a save. Because sometimes when you add a path to a locomotive, it gets a bit funny. I don't know if these ones will do it or not. Alright, now our first stop, down here yonder, we're going to come down to this yard. Because what we want to do is we're going to drop off one of the sets of cars. Okay, so good so far, so good. We've got our path 4.2 miles away, and we've got a yellow signal. Now, which path is it actually set for us? We're going to sneak off that way, so we need to change these points. That sounded like a signal indication in the cab there then, didn't it? Alright, change these points. Oh, interesting that one of the premises of computer software, and I'm involved in the IT industry, is that they always do the same thing every time you're with them. I'm a bit worried that there's a red signal there. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Yeah. Oh, it's probably waiting. Yeah, there's probably a train coming up the hill because we've got to cross onto that track because we've taken a little bit longer than I wanted. Let's get some power on. And as soon as that starts making some ergs, which it is, we'll pop the brakes off. And rail driver knocks us up to notch 3 all by itself, but that'll do. We're going to have a quick departure. Probably tearing a coupler out of its box back there somewhere, but that's fine. Get rid of the Beelzebub. It's 13 or 15 miles in the yard, I think, from memory. Does look like that up there on the hood. Katy's many horses. Far too much for this little consist. That's okay. Always have a little buffer between you and your tank cars when you're out on the road, just in case they go bang. You don't want them to hook your driver. A bit more of that nice sweet dovetail. Dovetail. Best drink out there. Just use their independence to do a sneaky little slowdown here. Looks like we don't have to worry about that signal anymore because I'm seeing a yellow and a green on the HUD. So the dispatcher's decided where the thing that's going ahead, which is fine by me. Just cruise out of the yard here. Now, one of the useful things about free roam, and we used Formation Designer to put these sets together, but you could just go and collect stuff in the yards if you want to, where you've got hand throw points like this. You can do pretty much whatever you want. And it might annoy some services later on if you kept it running. When their cars have disappeared, that's okay. One of the cool things about free roam is, of course, you can go and explore a lot of these yards that you just normally just drive past, which is a bit unexciting that you just drive past them all the time. And this is a bit more fun. And of course, we have to pay homage to our friend Baked Bean Kid, who just loves a bit of shunting. So naturally, we have to do a bit of shunting. Where would we be without shunting? I know someone else who likes a bit of shunting, and that's the man with the pink ears, Mr. Matt Peddleston. He does love a bit of shunting. Quick shunt around the yard. Of course, he'd prefer the locomotive to not actually have a roof, because when driving, one does not have a roof. This is the mantra of the convertible driver. I do have a rhetorical question for you, by the way. This would be, you would think, an octopus, right? A friend of mine gave me this. But how many legs has it got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what does that make it? Because it's not an octopus. You can answer that question in your own time, really. Go on, Katy McKaty. Pull a bit harder. She'll be right, mate. Cruising here in the desert on the Cajon Pass. And just about every rail operation still runs a few local trains, whether they're moving their own cars around or whether they're moving cars around for customers. Maybe they're going to spot some empties at a factory or something along those lines. So these sort of movements happen a lot, and they're not generally movements that we do actually see in the game very much. We mostly see either an end-to-end run or a partial route run of the big freights. And from my perspective, now granted, yep, absolutely love that there are people that just really enjoy sitting down and driving for 2 or 3 hours, and that's fine. Everybody's a bit different in these games, and should be. But my personal view is I like shorter runs. So when I'm doing freight, the fact that I can do this now makes me happy. We're coming out onto the main line now. be able to speed up a little bit soon. It's a nice landscape on Cajon Pass. I believe Cajon Pass is... Actually, let me just check. Let me just verify this price, because I just want to make sure, because it's kind of surprising. It's 60% off. 60%! So we've got the headliners for the sale. There's a few others, but Bunstreck Bremen Oldenburg, 80% off. Flying Scotsman Centenary Edition, 70% off. We can speed up, so we'll start doing that. Castle Wurzburg, Cajon Pass, Southeastern High Speed, Thameslink Class 700 and ScotRail Express EDG, 60% off. New York Trenton, Amtrak Acela, Glossopline, Link Rhinestrecker, Birmingham Cross City, 50% off. Let's just go back to our train. We've got Salzburg, Rosenheim, London Overground, Suffragette Line, Benignolini and Fife Circle are all 30% off. Semmeringbahn is 20% off. Blackpool Branches, one of the best routes in the game, is 15% off. And Cargo Line Volume 1 Petroleum is 15% off. I believe there's going to be some others in the sale, but at the time of recording, which is significantly before you're listening to it, watching it, is that's the list I have at the moment. Let's take another swig of that big dovetail. Everybody needs one of these cans. It's awesome. Now, we haven't got too far to go. It's only 2.5 miles to East Victoryville. I'm not actually sure how far we can get around the yards at East Victoryville, so we will pretty soon find out. That's part of the other part of free roam fun, is you get to explore. And sometimes you get thwarted by an invisible wall, and sometimes you can use the whole yard. It's a bit variable here and there. It's usually based on whether the people producing the route did enough scenery around the yard itself to be plausible. So the tracks might be modelled by themselves, and if there's no scenery, then an invisible wall gets popped in to stop you going out there. I would love to see an end to the invisible walls, I really would. Because, you know, I kind of like exploring the world, and as a player, I'm ready to accept the consequences, so maybe an option to be able to turn off invisible walls. And go, just let me explore. And if I come across an unscenic area, well, that's on me. That's fine. I get it. I understand. Oops, let's go this way. I know the train's not crossing the river, but, you know, gratuitous bridge shot. It's got to be done. It's one of my trademark things. Can we fly under the bridge? Whee! Yes, we can. As Miss Katy rockets along. And we are coming into the yard, so I do need to start slowing down. Miss Katy's been a bad girl right now. Should we do another gratuitous bridge shot? Oh, of course we should. She's slowing down fine enough. Let's leave her alone by herself. Alrighty. Now, this is one of the older routes before water edges took on better definition and had weeds and all those sorts of things into them. So it's quite cool what water's doing these days. And it, I mean, when this came out, we all looked at this and went, wow, that looks good. But with the advances we've had in some of the newer routes of more recent times, you know what's possible now. And you look back at some of the older ones and go, it'd be cool if they got a little bit of dressing up. I've got yellows coming up. I can see that in my mini HUD. I can also see it there when I zoom in. Let's give them a little bit of a warning that we're coming into the yard. Get rid of the Beelzebubs. Now we'll take this right in, because my grand plan, if we have to pop outside for a minute, is we'll drop the tank cars off in one of the sidings, and then we'll take the containers and run them around the tank cars, and then we're going to take them a little bit further. So I have this grand plan. Now, like I said, I don't know if we can actually do this, but what I want to do is run them around, come back this way, go up here into the Y, and then push them back down into one of these roads down here somewhere. Can we get there? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll know soon enough. We're going to explore. And after we've done that, we'll have a bit of a look around and see what's in the yard that we can steal. Did I say steal? I meant borrow. Now, one thing I didn't check is, are these hand-operated points or not? I don't want cameras. How's our path looking? It's looking alright so far. What are those points? They're good. Yep. 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 Look at that. It set the path for us all the way in on the manual points. Very nice. You're going a bit quick again, Miss Katy. You've got to curb your enthusiasm, young lady. I know you love showing off. Wouldn't it be cool if we pinched that container train that's sitting over there? Like the whole thing. I think it's going to leave though. I think it's leaving now. There it is. It was waiting for us to come down the hill. The dispatcher let us in front because the dispatcher's nice. Because I bought the dispatcher a big can of Dovetail. I wasn't that out yet. Sure I have. See, it kind of looks cool over there, so, you know. We'll find out soon if we can get there. Those curves do look a little uncurvy though, so may not be proper track. We'll find out soon. Just occurred to me, we wrong railed it down there, didn't we? That's why that other one had to wait for us, because we were on its track. Never mind. Now, what about out past the point where I set as a path? Just got to make sure our points are set, because we actually want to come right as that one. I want to flick that one over, and that's fine. That goes into the continuation there. That's also fine. We should be all good, because we just want to pull in far enough for the tank cars to be in. So that we can get past them, and then it should be fine. Actually, I'll have to stop so we get that stop point, won't we? Might have to back up so we get that, otherwise we'll have to remove the path. We'll see if it recognises that I've gone a bit far. It's fine. Okay, objective complete. Well, let's just jump onto the 8 camera. Come up here and uncouple our beasties. Righto. Now let's just pull her forward until she clears these points. There she goes. Righto, Miss Katy, 3 cars to go. 2 cars to go. One more, Miss Katy. That'll do. Flip that over. We can start her coming back. And we'll just go up the other end of these. Just make sure we've got our points set up here as well. I kind of think you can trail through these ones, but I'm not 100% certain, so I don't want to risk it. And we've got to back all the way up to here. Now, that track I think's got cars on it, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. We can't use that track. So we've got to back her almost all the way out. And that one, let's just change that over. Keep going this way. This is fine. This is fine. Now, I don't want to put her on the main line, so I'm going to utilize this trackage here. There should be plenty of room there. There's a great big loop here. It's like a train set. Here she comes. It's probably coming a bit quick. Just slow her down a tad. Looking pretty good. Let's just knock those brakes off. We're going to stop too soon. Did we get far enough? No, not yet. Now, there shouldn't really be any signals in here, so I shouldn't have to set a path. I could get away with this. So let's just go for it. Let's just have a quick look at what the map looks like. So we've got those points set, we've got those points set. That takes us on to that track, which does whip around the corner. Goes where we want to go, up here, so we'll knock these ones over. And those ones. Do you ever find yourself turning your head sideways, kind of like a dog, to read the maps? Alright, we look good going up to the end there. Now, there's no promises that we can actually get there, so, it'll either work or it won't. We'll soon know. So the only thing that worries me when I look at the map is there's no cars over there. So, what could go wrong? I was a little worried about this curve because it had a small lack of smoothness. We seem to be going okay. We're missing these cars. Barely. I don't want to go outside and see how close that is because I reckon I'm probably losing a bit of paint back there. See, any second now I'm expecting that white symbol, "You've left the playable area." So much so that I'm going to do this so that we can keep having fun if it does happen to us. So we're going to put these cars into those sidings down there, I think. And why would our customer want us to do this? Don't ask, it doesn't matter. When you're in the business of making money and your customer wants to do something a bit weird that's within the rules, it's fine. The switch works, good sign. And that one can go straight, that one's straight. I think we might take this one. Right, okay. Back we go, stable these, and then we'll go and pick up some cars from somewhere else and keep going with a little bit of the mayhem. Not that it's really mayhem, it's just us having a bit of fun. Or maybe we should just take Miss Katy out in the main line and do a bit of a light engine. That sounds pretty good to me. Like a bit of a light engine. So we can either take her where she just came from, or we can take her down to the next yard, because there's the actual Victorville yard's just down the road from here, so we can take her down there, I think. And when you think about it, it might not even be the customer that wants these cars down here. The railway might be just thinking, I've got these cars and I don't really have anywhere to put them right now. So we'll just chuck them down here. You guys don't mind, do you? They won't be in the way very much. Oh, what's that? They're in the middle of your operation. Well, you'll just have to go round them then. That'll do. We'll leave them their road. Okay, let's make her safe. Fill that bell. Chuck her in the middle. And independent fully on. Main brakes released. Let's go uncouple those cars. Alright, let go, Katy. Good lass. Good stuff. Just shut the door because it's a bit warm out there, even though we've got the windows open. You know what I didn't do? I didn't turn off the gen field. Because I'm naughty. Only me and the data recorder know. Yeah, we're definitely leaving them behind. That's good. What's that? I'm going too fast. Oh no. What happens on Cajon stays on Cajon. Remember that. It's very important. Excellent. Okay, let's head back out. Got about 8.5 minutes left on my slot, so I think we might have just enough time to get her down to the yard. That's why I'm going a little quick at the moment. As you can see, she's getting just a touch wiggly going through those points. We'll have to set a path to go down to the next one. So, we've got this far. If it doesn't work now, I'm not too fussed, so I'm not going to bother saving again, but let's just set a path. And we want to go down to the next yard down here. Why don't we try and put her in here in the dead end? That's a good place to go. Ha, we can. Now, let's just check our points out, though. So we've got to set some of them at least. Just to match the path that was chosen. Sometimes the points either get set or they just naturally match because it just happens to be the way they were, but not always. That one needs to come over there. That one's fine. Set this one to come out. And that one. Wow, there's a lot of points in this yard. Now we're going to run past another little light engine down there, so that'll be good. And that one. Wow, how many points have we got? And that should be about it just to get her going anyway. And we're going to come down into this yard. We look good. Points are set. The points are all set. Beautiful. Okay. Let's get her out of here. Still notched. That's naughty. Let's give you a little jiggle. There we go. Back on the brights because we're going on the main line again. You know, on the brights. Oh, on the brights. Bright light. Okay. Now because I am running just shy of time, it's got 5 minutes left. I'm going to do a little bit of a speed run. We have clearance from dispatch to exceed the speed limit in a safe manner. Cruise on through here where we left tanks for the memories. I'm hoping at some point that we get a Formation Designer 2, which allows us to spawn consists that do not have motive power, because that would be pretty special. Because you could plonk our little consists all over the place and then go and put them all together. Awesome. These blokes are about to feel the meaning of the word whoosh. These two little light ones sitting down here. Let's give them a bit of a warning that we're coming. There's a lot of dump action going on over there. Another hot dog cart. It's pretty popular with the truckmen. It's inside the factory though. That means the general public can't get in there and go, I want a hot dog. That's alright. Things I'm finding interesting is that the ATC system in here appears to be working with the signals on this route, which is kind of cool. I don't remember if it works on Sherman or not. May do. He's hoping I don't run into the dead end siding and shoot off the end, because that wouldn't be much fun. Gonna pop down to Victorville here and we'll go off and see a movie and pick up our next stint of duty a bit later on. I think we've had a bit of a magnificent time getting inside Miss Katy and going for a run. It's excellent to have all of the heritage machines available to us. Because while these would have been very much restricted in the places that they would have gone originally, they wouldn't have strayed too far off their home routes in their time frame. But today you see just about every operator, just about everywhere. Alrighty, here's our siding, getting here just in time. And of course I can see why our driver's in such a hurry. Because guess what's over there? Alright, let's make her safe. Guess we can hold on a couple more seconds surely. Into neutral, reverse that out, and put you into handle off. Release the independence. Air brake trail and air brakes cut out. Come on. Don't see if I care. Alright, let's jump out. Because why were we in such a hurry to get here? Because it's all that dovetail we drank. I've got to make a quick little run to the little fella's room over here. Alrighty. Geez, it's a short little fella's room, isn't it? Oh, it's a drink fountain. Oh, that's right. This was the collectible, wasn't it? Look at that. Anyway, I don't think we should probably let the dovetail out on that. But thanks for watching. It's been quite good. Train Simulator Driver. If you like what you see, I've got a channel. You know where it is. youtube.com/Train Simulator Driver. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you get some good stuff in the sale, and see you later. Bye.
We played a game.